Good evening, everybody. I've got it and I'm going to use it all night long. We're going to get ready to get going here, but is anybody else feeling like you're in a room full of people and it's kind of making you hyperventilate? Because this is the first time in a long time? Is not just me? Okay, good. We'll get through this together. We'll go slowly. We don't have to talk to everybody. Start with talking to one person at your table. I know some people are all good about it, but I'm telling you, I haven't seen this many people in the past 18 months, never mind in one night. But we're here for a great cause. The kids are super excited and a little bit nervous. So we're going to bring them in a few minutes' time, so let's make sure that they feel super comfortable, because this is a big, big deal. And I just want to point out that Vesco, you'll know as soon as you see him, is wearing an outstanding outfit tonight. He shopped specially with his mom. So thanks for coming to the Chiefs Youth Courage Awards. It's been a long time since we gathered. We did this event virtually, and we've got some virtual folks, hello, that are taking part at home. We're happy to have you along with us as well, as we honor some very special kids and a very special family. My name is Leslie Horton from Global TV. This makeup's been on my face since 4:15 this morning. So please don't come very close to me. It's not just a pandemic thing, it's ugly close up. In this time of reconciliation, it's important to do a land acknowledgement, and it's important to understand why we acknowledge the land. We think it's important to recognize the original stewards of this land and to honor the communities that have been in Treaty 7 for time immemorial. This includes the Blackfoot Confederacy of the Siksika, Kainai, Piikani, as well as the Tsuut'ina, Iahe Nakota people of the Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Wesley nations, and we also want to acknowledge the Métis Nation of Alberta, who share a deep connection to the land. And we would like to acknowledge everyone who works, plays, or calls Treaty 7 home. We are all treaty people. If you would all like to join me in standing for the honor guard. So not only are we all together in a room, but there's going to be noise. Just for those of you who are at my stage, prepare yourself. Oh, police protocol, we've missed ya. If I could just introduce our special guest tonight, Her Worship, Jody Gondek, Mayor of Calgary, Calgary Police Chief Mark Neufeld, Calgary Police Youth Foundation Board Chair Brian Ferguson, Philanthropic Leadership Award Recipient Brad Shaw, representing the Shaw family, and our award recipients Dylan, Vesco, Mikhail, Harvier, and Drake. Please stay standing as we have Magali from the Calgary Police Service Cadet Corps who will lead us in a rendition of O Canada.
Flag party, present arms.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Flag party in a less bossy way to appease Leslie Horton. Single file from the left. Good. Mark.
Fantastic. Thank you, Travis, and the Honor Guard. We will see you again later this evening. Magali, thank you so much. That was a beautiful rendition. Special guests and audience, please take your seat. Vesco, do you need help getting to your table? Are you guys good up there getting to your table? You're going to have a member of the Honor Guard with you when you get to your table. So we will be doing our dinner, and then we will be doing the formal part of the program. If you're not used to being in a group, just a few topics you may want to throw around. How was your pandemic been? Did you go with the eating extra or working out extra? But try to be sensitive when you bring that up. Do you remember how to eat in public? Just a few things to think about as we make our way through. Enjoy your dinner. We will be back in about a half an hour to begin our formal program. How was eating dinner with a group of people? No eating with your hands. We tried to eat our dessert first over here. The chief's wife was very instrumental in that. So we're going to blame her. Welcome, everybody, to the 2021 Chiefs Youth Courage and Philanthropic Leadership Award ceremony put on by our host, the Calgary Police Youth Foundation. Hello to all of you who are watching online. Welcome. We hope that you will enjoy the next part of the ceremony. We have just wrapped up our dinner here. There is a contest for the virtual guests, so one of you will be winning a new Apple Watch, and we will announce that at the end of the evening. This is a time to recognize and celebrate the giants among us, like the Shaw family, who are being honored tonight with the 2021 Philanthropic Leadership Award presented by Chief Mark Neufeld for the Calgary Police Service. Yes. Yay, Shaws. And we will also be recognizing a few of our littler giants who are with us tonight, Vesco, Javier, Mikhail, Dylan, and one of our award winners, Drake, is not able to join us in person tonight, but we will be saluting him throughout the evening. The theme of this awards is Standing on the Shoulders of Giants, and this will resonate with many, I think, as we look around this room and recognize those giants among us whose shoulders have enabled many to see farther for so many years now. For that, we thank you all. Let's get the program started with an invite to another giant, Her Worship, Mayor Jody Gondak, Mayor of Calgary. This is probably what have you been mayor for a few weeks and you've probably been to 900 events?
902.
Yeah,
Yeah.
902.
Yeah.
But we love it. We love to have you share your sparkle and your leadership and your wisdom with us.
Well, it's been fun hanging out with you at our table. We have a little dare going that I was supposed to jump onto the stage, Fosbury flop style. So I've had a great time hanging out with the Shaw family.
The Shaws are troubled. They're trouble.
They're trouble. But thank you very much. I appreciate being invited to join all of you. This is a fabulous evening so far, and it will continue to be a great evening. It's a privilege to be here with you for the annual Chief Youth Courage Awards and the Philanthropic Leadership Award celebration. We're doing two very important things tonight. Firstly, we will recognize 5 outstanding Calgarians who have overcome many obstacles in their young lives. Throughout their journeys, they have shown us what resilience looks like in action. While each has a very unique story, these remarkable young people have one thing in common: bold determination to overcome challenging circumstances. They're now creating brighter futures for themselves, whether that be through the pursuit of sport, cooking, or leadership in their communities. More than anything, we want all youth in our city to feel safe, included, and valued. So tonight, we hope that Drake, Dylan, Mikhail, Javier, and Vesco feel the love and pride from all of us here as we celebrate their accomplishments. And next, we also recognize the many contributions of the Shaw family with special recognition of J.R. Shaw. Now, I've had the pleasure of sitting with the family for dinner this evening, and I've been entertained by many stories, including a farmhouse in Sarnia, RV trips up to Sherwood Park, and many other fond memories of a man that was clearly a beloved character. J.R. Shaw was also an officer of the Order of Canada and held honorary degrees from University of Calgary and University of Alberta. His loss is felt not only by his family, but also by our entire community. It's a privilege to be here tonight to honor his legacy. It's through the philanthropic efforts of families like the Shaws that we build strong and resilient communities. Much gratitude for everything that you have done and you continue to do. So congratulations, everyone, and keep up the great work tonight.
Thank you, Mayor Gondak. You know, I'm thinking about the theme Standing on the Shoulders of Giants. There comes a time when in everybody's life when they need to be held up and they need to be supported. And there are those people in your community who so often step up to the plate and offer to be the base and to be the support so that others can grow and can fly. And I think that's hugely important at this time of where we are in the world, isn't it, right now? To know that we have those people in our community where we can count on them to be the base of support, and in turn, down the line, when you are standing on the shoulders of a giant, your turn will come to be a giant, and someone will stand on your shoulders. And it's fantastic to have the examples of people who do step up to the plate and do that, and especially at this time. And to you young award winners, as we hand you out your awards tonight, this is a pay it forward thing, right? This is a pay it forward thing. What you are doing with your life and what you are being recognized for, you turn around and you spread that in the waves of your community, in the waves of your family, so that spreads throughout, and you pay forward what you have learned and the resilience and the commitment that you are being honored for. We've got some great, thanks. I've done a lot of talking to myself over the last 20 months, so I don't clap for myself. So I do appreciate you recognizing my deep thoughts. Thank you. Some great sponsors, TC Energy, of course, the Shaw Communications, Rogers Communications, Enbridge, Burnett, Duckworth, and Palmer, J. Vera Jewelers. Do we all get a diamond tennis bracelet to take home? Because that's cool. Bennett Jones LLP, TD, Global Calgary, Q107, 770, CHQR, and Country 105. All right, Brian Ferguson, the chair of the Calgary Police Youth Foundation, if you would like to make your way up and say a few words.
Thanks very much, Leslie. Leslie didn't share. So last year, which was our first gala award, wound up being a virtual gala that got delayed into November. And I reminded Leslie that she and I think one other person were in person at a recording studio. And Leslie took COVID quite seriously because she was wearing sweatpants.
I thought I only had to dress from the waist up, because that's what I do at work, right? And so I get there and we're doing da-da-da, and they're like, and then you'll step over here. I'm like, I can't. I don't have real hard pants on. And I did have to step over there and be embarrassed, and never again. I've got a full dress on and legs and everything tonight.
Well, good evening, everyone. On behalf of the... Don't get tangled up in the flag, okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm okay.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the board of the Calgary Police Youth Foundation, I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight in person and virtually for our second annual Chief Youth Courage Gala Awards. As Leslie mentioned, I have the honor of being the chair of the board of the Calgary Police Youth Foundation. The foundation was created in 2011. Our mantra is keeping kids safe. Our exclusive strategy is to provide Calgary's children and youth, that's age 5 through 18, with unique programs in partnership with the Calgary Police Service that provide education, prevention, and early intervention to children that are at risk of being victimized or engaging in criminal behavior. When I was asked to be chair of the foundation, I realized how truly naive I was about the challenges that Calgary's children and youth faced. Think about it. Gangs, drugs, domestic violence, sexual abuse, cyberbullying, and the list goes on. I am very happy to say that I believe the Calgary Police Youth Foundation has had a very positive impact on keeping kids safe. With the generous support of the Calgary community, the Police Foundation has to date raised a little over $17 million since 2011. And we are now reaching approximately 13,000 children and youths on an annual basis, helping to give them the life-changing skills that enable them to make positive choices and to know where to go for the resources when they need help. We have to be able to have this very positive impact on the most vulnerable children through the very generous support of individuals, of families, of corporations here in Calgary, all of whom want to make an impact and keep kids safe and make Calgary a safer place for all of us. We fund and help deliver 6 core programs: the multi-agency school support team, Youth at Risk program, Calgary's YouthLink Interpretive Center, the Calgary Police Cadets, the Integrated School Support Program, and Power Play. Our exclusive partner in all of these programs is the Calgary Police Service. We also partner with the City of Calgary, with Calgary Neighborhoods, and Alberta Health Services in many of these programs. One key attribute to all of the programs is helping our kids, our children, understand that they can make choices that will positively affect their lives and their families' lives. The Police Youth Foundation has also provided funding for some special projects here in the city, including about $5 million to help create the Leading Edge Child Advocacy Center, over $5 million for the relocation and construction of the YouthLink Calgary Police Interpretive Center. We supported thousands of families during the great floods in 2013, and one can only think of what's happening in British Columbia today when I mention that. We purchased a school bus for the Calgary Police Cadet Corps. We provided funding for cannabis education for Calgary's youth, and many, many more special projects. This year, the Calgary Police Youth Foundation has also collaborated with the police service to offer more child and youth initiatives which create an opportunity for children, youth, and police officers to interact in a positive way. As an example, in August, the staff teamed up with the police service and assembled and distributed 750 backpacks that went to Indigenous students and marginalized youth who are attending schools in Calgary. Currently, the team is working on another 1,000 backpacks that will benefit those who need it most. Obviously, we're getting close to Christmas, so Santa's going to help a little bit with this. But we will also have some very practical supplies included, including food and some other items. We know that there are lots of things that children and parents can do to make sure that they are aware of how to stay safe and prevent crime from happening. Understanding how to stay safe at home, at school, and online, children can be better equipped to protect themselves against criminals. Today's young people are burdened by many threats in the world around them. Programs offered by the Police Foundation can help show children proper ways to obtain the things that they need, and that they don't need to use crime or violence to obtain what they want. On behalf of the Calgary Police Youth Foundation, I thank all of you again for being here tonight in person and online. We can only do what we do because of your help and your support. And I know that we have said it before to you, but in these difficult times, we want to say it so you can hear it once again tonight. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your friendship. And thank you for your commitment to building stronger communities and funding resources that we can offer to those who need our help the most. I also want to take this opportunity to thank the board of the Calgary Police Youth Foundation. It's a volunteer board. They give generously of their time and resources, again, to keep kids safe. We're going to show a short video now that showcases the history of the foundation so that you can appreciate and perhaps better understand our mission to keep our children and youth safe from crime and victimization. That was the promise that we made in 2011, and it is the promise that we make again tonight. Thank you.
In 2011, a small group of citizens had a vision to stop youth crime from happening before it happened and to keep youth safe from crime. To do that, they would focus on Calgary children and youth, vulnerable young people who are at risk of victimization or getting involved in criminal activity. These visionary people knew that prevention, education, and early intervention were the key to creating change, and they knew they could not do it alone. To help address the varied and unique needs of marginalized kids, an initiative spearheaded by Calgary Police Commission and Calgary Police Service led to the forming of the Calgary Police Youth Foundation. They empowered youth with new skills, gave them access to recreational sports, fostered social and mental well-being, and created opportunities for positive learning experiences and friendly interactions with the Calgary Police. The positive downstream impacts were apparent. Investing in vulnerable children and youth was not only beneficial for them, but extended to their families, their peers, and their communities, creating a better city for everyone. Calgarians saw a need, came together, and the Calgary Police Youth Foundation grew and evolved. It began to bridge the gap that had existed for so long. It changed lives and continues to change lives by aiming to keep children and youth safe from victimization and crime before it happens, because all kids deserve a fighting chance. That's the magic. This is your city. This is your foundation. This is who we are, the Calgary Police Youth Foundation.
Oh, critically important, right? You know, the media always likes stats, but you can't stat a crime that didn't get committed because a kid made a good choice. And you can't stat a family that started to thrive because they had a good experience with the Calgary Police and learned some things that helped them on their way. You can't stat that stuff, but what you can do is look around at the community and say, you know what, you kids, you get to make a choice. You get to make a choice about your behavior. You get to make a choice about your environment. And you, with that empowerment, it ripples with the family, right? And now you've got a family that's making good choices. And now you've got a community making good choices. And you've got pals and friends that are making good choices. So as hard as it is to say, well, we prevented this crime or this gang or this going down, you know, a bad path, you can't, well, you can sure statify morale. But you can't statify something that didn't happen, right? So that tells you what the Calgary Police Youth Foundation is looking to do and is being successful in doing it. A company, again, thank you, in my head, pandemic, a company that's been part of the Calgary Police Youth Foundation since 2014 and believes in the importance of supporting youth in our community is our event heroism sponsor, TC Energy. Leah Pottinger, tonight's ambassador for TC Energy. Come on up. An intern on the community giving team is going to share a few words with us from TC Energy.
Amazing. Thank you for that warm welcome. Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to be here tonight as an ambassador for TC Energy as we kick off tonight's celebration. I grew up with a police officer in my family, my dad. My educational path has never been a straight line. It's taken many dips and turns along the way, but my dad was always my biggest champion. He encouraged me to follow my dreams and pursue excellence with my whole heart. He taught me that the road may be difficult, but the journey is always worth the hardship. My dad was passionate about the communities he served, and he sought to leave every situation better than how he found it. A value I see in the Calgary Youth Police Foundation. Calgary Police Youth Foundation. I recently met a student who told me, if we all do a little, no one has to do a lot. This famous quote has really stuck with me. As a student myself, I cannot begin to count the endless support I have received to get to where I am today. From teachers taking time out of their personal lives to help guide me, to organizations like TC Energy, providing me with the opportunity to grow professionally as I finished my degree. There are just too many people to count who have helped me along the way. It really does take a whole village. I have had the opportunity to stand on the shoulders of many giants to become the person who stands before you today. So it is my great honor to represent TC Energy and be the shoulders of tonight's event in support of the next generation of leaders in our community. On behalf of TC Energy, I want to offer our heartfelt congratulations to the 2021 Philanthropic Leadership Award recipients, J.R. Shaw and the Shaw family. Thank you for your outstanding leadership in our community and for being giants to so many. I also want to congratulate the recipients of the 2021 Chief Youth Courage Awards. I encourage you to continue to reach for your stars and to follow and to pursue excellence with your whole heart. With that, I will turn it back over to our amazing host for this evening. Have a wonderful and safe evening, everyone. Thank you.
Nicely done, Leo. Well done. You should maybe take a turn into public speaking with the turns and the waves of your career that has been taking you. Now we would like to welcome Chief Constable Mark Neufeld up to the stage. It is unfortunate we've caught him in the middle of Movember. The bounty of the stash is not in its full glory yet. But welcome, Chief Neufeld.
Thanks, Leslie. So I was just standing off stage. Let me get this straight. Did you say you could statify morale?
I said you can. It may have been a survey released just the other day.
As I sat back there, I thought, Leslie, too soon.
Too soon, okay. I've never been known for my tact. All right.
Well, listen, everybody, thanks a lot. It's my great pleasure to extend a heartfelt and warm welcome to all of you here tonight, both in person and also those who are joining virtually. That's so awesome. Out of an abundance of care and caution for our guests, we've tried to make this great occasion safe for everyone to attend, and I thank the organizers who've done a lot of work to make sure that we make tonight possible by prioritizing our safety. I want to actually just make a quick comment and a thanks. I see the ceremonial unit members and the RSM, and I'm not sure if Steph's still around or Piper, Steph West, but these are folks who I've missed. And not so much you, Travis. I haven't missed you that much because I've seen you. But I think the ceremonial unit, what a great unit in our service, and absolutely. And you know, prior to COVID, the amount of, and I don't have the numbers, I used to have the numbers at events like this, but the number of events that they come out to and dedicate their time to represent the service and help the community, I think is so great. I started to notice actually people were getting thin. Like there was less meals like this that they were having, and they were starting, actually the uniforms were getting to be a little bit loose. So it's good to actually get back on the circuit a little bit here and be able to put on some beef. And there's a few good mustaches over there, by the way. And no, Margaret, I'm not talking about you. The lighting's not great, but it's not you. But there are some good ones. So anyway, I just wanted to say thanks very much. And the RSM, I would say too, COVID's changed a lot of people. It's changed all of us in many different ways, but I saw a flexibility that I've never saw before. Yeah. Like Leslie, when you said that, like he was able to actually say, you know, like, well, you know, to appease Miss Leslie Horton and the way that it went. Yeah. Like that would never have happened before. He was
No, Travis is thinking outside the box. Whoa, whoa, Travis.
I always found him to be
slow down.
An angry guy, like a lot of yelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that was actually really something. And but I think, you know, if there's a bright side to COVID, that could be it. Anyway, thanks, Travis, and thanks to the group for coming out. It's a very special honor to be invited to present five remarkable young persons: Mikhail, Vesco, Dylan, Harvier, and Drake, with the Chief's Youth Courage Award in recognition of their hard work and accomplishments in one of the child and youth crime prevention programs delivered by the Calgary Police Service in partnership with other community partners, including the City of Calgary, Calgary Neighborhoods, Alberta Health Services, and the Calgary Police Youth Foundation. CPS prioritizes the safety of children and youth, and firmly believes in crime prevention. If we wait until crimes happen and we respond after that, we've waited far too long. As Brian said, we pay special attention to children and youth as they're particularly vulnerable to crime and victimization, including gang crime, drug use, violence, and sexual exploitation. We know the effectiveness of early prevention, and for the CPS and our partners, this means investing in healthy development of children and youth, and to unite individuals, families, schools, and communities to address the conditions that contribute to antisocial behavior and crime before they happen. We do this because we want a brighter future for all kids in our community, and when we do so, we know that we guarantee a brighter future for our communities as a whole. When kids win, we win. It's as simple as that. For those of you who know the program supported by the Calgary Police Youth Foundation, you will notice that we don't have a nominee this evening for the Calgary Police Cadet Corps. I should also mention we had a great singing of O Canada by one of the members of our Cadet Corps. So I should say that it isn't because we don't have great kids in the cadet program, because that is such a positive program. It's just that the program due to COVID wasn't running in 2020, but I can assure you that it is back up and running now. I'm excited to see that because these kids are so brimming with positive energy and excitement. It's great to have them around the building. So I know that in 2022 we'll have another winner for that program, but we don't tonight. Once again, we're fully operational at this time, so that's really great news. All of the youth here tonight were nominated to receive a Chiefs Youth Courage Award by the program teams who have come to know them best, and many of the representatives are here with us tonight. And I always take time to read the nominations for the Chiefs Youth Courage Award. So I just want to see for a second here, I know that nominations come in from sometimes teachers, sometimes officers, sometimes social workers. And so if anybody made a nomination here, can you just put your hand up and identify yourself, because we wouldn't know otherwise? And I don't know if I see any hands or not. The lights are pretty bright up here. So if you're out there, thank you very much. I read the nominations and I just thought it was fantastic. I appreciate the fact that you serve and that you took time to get to know those that you serve. And to take time to put pen to paper, I think, to recognize the strengths and attributes of these kids that made them worthy of these awards. I think it's one thing to know that, we've got great youth and great kids in our community, but it's another thing for busy people to take time to identify and acknowledge kids that are actually doing really well and to encourage them. And so I think that's really, really fantastic. Our young people have waited a long time, actually. They were told in January that they won these awards, and because of the waves of COVID, we've had to sort of wait until we could plan this event and get together. So I know when I was a kid, there's probably no way I could have done it. I don't know if I could do it now, to be honest. But from January to now, to know about all of this, and then to wait here, I think it must have been a really great thing. So I can tell you that we want to make sure that we give them the enthusiastic and raucous, loud cheers that they deserve, because those are sincerely welcomed. All that said, please ensure to give them the hearty congratulations later on in the evening. I think it's also going to be great that we're going to be able to honor a really special family with us here tonight with the most prestigious award, and that's the Philanthropic Leader Award. To my dinner guest, Brad, and all the family here tonight, I look forward to sharing with everyone your family story and why you're all so truly deserving of this honor. Before we move on to any of that, though, please sit back and watch this very powerful video outlining the journey of a very special young man and one who wasn't able to make it here tonight, but this is a story of Drake.
This is the story of Drake. Drake comes from the Siksika Nation, and his life has not always been easy. At just 13, he became associated with an indigenous gang. Between the gang, issues at home, and moving around a lot, he did not have a stable living environment. Hearing Drake's story resonated with me because my story is similar. I've seen for myself the impact of residential school and colonization of my people. And a lot of these youth are lost, they're confused, they're broken, and they're numbing their pain and their abuse.
There's been a lot of wrongs in the past, and a lot of folks are coming to realize that now. And with reconciliation, like, how do we do better? What can we do, and what does that look like?
Our youth are our future. Instead of judging them and condemning them, we need to be able to walk with them and help them and give them the guidance and direction that they need. In his teen years, Drake was charged with many criminal offenses. During that time, he was also struggling at school due to undiagnosed dyslexia and hadn't managed to obtain any of his high school credits.
It's tough, and we have challenging students. We have amazing students. We have families that are thriving, and we have families that are in need. But just being here and showing kindness and friendship, it's the first step, and it's the second step and third step, and it's the whole way through.
One thing that was taught to me is that children are a gift and they're very sacred. And so we always have to protect them and help them out. It's about relationships. And you get to know people, and that trust gets built over time, because for a long time, there wasn't a lot of trust within police.
I think for the young people need to understand it's okay to ask for help. There are people out there who want to offer that guidance, that direction, and the ability to go down a path of healing. At age 17, he was referred to the Youth at Risk Development Program, or YARD. The team worked with Drake for 9 months to help him get a proper diagnosis for his dyslexia and encouraged him to enroll at the Youth Employment Center.
The YARD program stands for Youth at Risk Development. So we have a constable and a social worker who works with youth that are at risk, but helping the families as well. Most people in the community, you'll talk to them and they know the YARD program and they know the folks who work there.
I've had 2 people who were significant in me turning my life around. And one of them was a constable for the RCMP in Northern Alberta. And the other was a street beat in Edmonton who said to me, "What are you doing out here on the street? You speak so eloquently, you don't belong here."
Any partnership we can have with the police where kids get to see police officers in a friendly, nice way just builds the trust and the relationship for the rest of their life.
The one thing that's like going around the community, we always say is that the police are the community and the community are the police. So we all have to work together in that cohesiveness.
It's just time in a safe space. Drake spent 9 months with the YARD program. When they can come and be supported and be themselves and feel safe for 9 months, it allows them to not have to worry about their needs, and they can really grow and make a plan.
Since working with YARD, Drake has successfully completed his probation order and has found stable employment. He has also begun dating his girlfriend Taylene, who encouraged him to stay on this new positive life path. Together, they have built a family, and now Drake's goals for the future revolve around being a good parent, owning a nice home, and one day becoming a chef.
We couldn't do this work without the support of our community. From the Calgary Police Youth Foundation, from YARD.
The Calgary Police Youth Foundation do so much support and do so much work in the community, and that wouldn't be possible without companies and community coming together.
They sponsor us with back-to-school backpacks. They also provide us with Christmas hampers for our families.
With presents and gift cards for food and meals, and they were able to just bring everybody together from all these companies, all these businesses, to help how they kind of take that indigenous ways of knowing, thinking, being, of having relationships all in the community was just, the parallel was amazing. The best way that we always say goodbye, like thank you, whatnot, is we hold our hand to our heart and we say, hey.
We're grateful, and our students are too.
Having somebody believe in you takes you a long way. And I know in order for my people to understand the true power and sacredness and sanctity of life, we have to learn and be willing to go and face that trauma so we can heal, because we need to break those cycles for our children and our children's children.
Fantastic. The first step, kindness and compassion, and then every step after that is walking together along the way. Boy, whoa, right? That is life right there, making choices about the future. All right, we have a special entertainment treat. Alex Hughes, singer and songwriter, very talented, is here to perform The Greatest Love of All. Alex, last year we so enjoyed your performance on tape. We're excited that you're here to do it live for us this year.
Thank you for having me.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. Never found anyone who fulfilled my needs. A lonely place to be, so I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I lived as I believed. No matter what they take from me, can't take away my dignity, because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way.
Beautiful, Alex, beautiful. So nice to have you sing it live in person for us this year. Chief, get that stash shined up. Come on up on stage. We're going to give out some awards. I think we probably need this to... do I have to do everything?
I thought I had this timed, but I didn't really.
Don't worry, I'm fine.
I'll be right there. You're good.
All right, we got our honor guard. Have we got? I'm looking over for where my kids are. Are we good? I can't see a damn thing. Are we good? Oh, there. Hi, honor guard. All right. Okay, Alex, thank you for that beautiful song. And kids are our future, and the kids we're gonna meet right now have really already they're making an impact, and we really are so happy to be able to acknowledge that tonight. So let's start. Okay, this is how this is gonna go. You think Travis is bossy. We're going to have our recipients come up on the stage. They're going to have a picture with the chief. I'm going to give you a few words. We're not supposed to clap for each one. We're supposed to save it to the end, but we're throwing that out the window because we need to clap for each of these kids, I think, as they are getting their award, right? And if it takes us 2 minutes longer at the end of the night, have another sip of coffee. You're going to be fine. All right, the Chief Youth Courage Award nominated by YouthLink Calgary. Please welcome to the stage Javier Gill. Fantastic. Javier was nominated. She attended YouthLink Calgary, and her instructors really noticed that she had a thirst for knowledge and extraordinary leadership skills. So she would always try to bring up more topics with campers. She would go home, she would have discussions with her family, and the instructors were just very, very impressed. Javier's now looking to join the Cadet Corps. You're going to be so awesome at that. And wants to have a career in journalism. Turn back, turn back. Go to university, lawyer, doctor. But you know what? Whatever you decide to do, we are seeing the seeds of your outstanding leadership skills right now. And congratulations to you on this fantastic award. And good luck in your future, Javier. And here comes your escort. Very nicely done. Thank you. The Chief Youth Courage Award recipient nominated by Youth at Risk Development Program. This is Drake that we just heard about. So he took part in the YARD program for 9 months. So that program specifically works with youth at risk that are affiliated with a gang or involved in gang activity. Babies aren't born in gangs. This is something they become involved in, right? By utilizing police, social workers, they make individual plans with the kids that come through their program to help them escape where they are, make decisions, empowerment, and continue to climb. So as we heard in the video, Drake has completed his probation, stable employment, finished obtaining his high school credits. Awesome. His goals for the future? Being a good dad. Is there any greater calling than that? Owning a home and becoming a chef. So Inspector Bruce Walker from the Youth Services section of CPS is going to come up and accept this award on behalf of Drake. He's a little older than the other award winners. Thank you, Inspector, and please pass along our sincere congratulations to Drake on the great strides he's making in his life. The Chief Youth Courage Award recipient nominated by the Integrated School Support Program. So this is Dylan, the 2021 recipient for the Integrated School Support Program, ISSP. Dylan was nominated by program staff after demonstrating a bright and positive attitude, problem-solving skills, and resiliency. Man, what have we learned? Nothing happens without resiliency. Oh, hi, honey. Stop at the guy with the bad mustache. Dylan was the most nervous. Now I think he's having the most fun up here of all of everybody. Let's take some pictures. That's right. So the program wraps around supports to 2 Forest Lawn schools, breakfast club, hot lunch. See ya. Come anytime. He's got things to do. After school care, daily physical education, a school psychologist. So really this is mental, physical, social, and emotional support of students, which leads to everything good. So Dylan has improved his social skills and has found a passion for cooking. Could probably teach me a couple things, Dylan. Not so good in the kitchen. But congratulations, Chef Dylan, as they call you. And he now helps to plan the lunch menus once a month. So if anybody is looking for a consultant chef, Dylan may be available to you. I would say these things if you were still here, but you had places to go. So I'll just say them to you over there. Dylan, congratulations. And as promised, like I said to you, it wasn't nearly as scary as you thought it was going to be. And you conquered it. This is another thing you conquered, getting up on this stage and smiling. I should check with Dylan if I can move on to the next one. I'm not sure that he's done with us. Moving on to the multi-agency school support team. This is the MAST program. This year's nominee, Mikhail Francis, he was chosen by the program staff at MAST after showing incredible determination to apply the learnings from MAST to his personal life. This is a kid who made those decisions that what he was learning was so important that he needed to put those things into play every day. He was referred to MAST when he was 8. At that time, he was struggling, having some outbursts at school, some family stuff. MAST stepped in to help. And MAST is an early intervention program. Kids 5 to 12 who are exhibiting behaviors that put them at risk for negative, possibly criminal patterns of behavior or victimization into the teen years. This is one of those, as Chief said, if the crime's committed, they waited too long. So this is where you go in. This is where you do the intervention. And this is where you see kids with bright, shiny faces coming up onto the stage like Mikhail. Yeah! Mikhail, did you just want, have we got a good picture? Do you want to just give a wave? Because I think you've got some fans out here that are super proud of you. Awesome, buddy. Good for you. Good for you. Regular physical activity, increased academic output, regulation of emotions, success on so many levels, Mikhail. We're super proud. And you know what? The fact that you took this stuff and you made the decision to put this into effect in your life every day tells us that you, sir, will become the support giant in your future. Okay, so we'll just hang out while they're having a coffee over there. Okay, awesome. There we go. Congratulations to you, sir. The next Chief Youth Courage Award recipient was nominated by Power Play. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about him before we meet him. This is the second year that this young man is the nominee for this award. How do you know you're doing well? You're nominated for an award 2 years in a row. And he was nominated because of the growth that the program leads have seen in this young man on and off the ice. So they go and play hockey once a week in the winter, and they play soccer. And this is positive interaction with Calgary Police. So the strides that this young man has made in the past few years has been amazing. So Vesco, come on up so we can admire you in your suit. You may recognize Vesco from his appearance on Global News Morning yesterday morning, where he did so well with his mom, Nadine. So Vesco was feeling a little bit lonely a couple years ago. He was looking for some connection. His mom was having some health issues at home. It was stressing Vesco out a little bit. And he started to get involved with the Power Play program. So weekly drop-in hockey, weekly drop-in soccer, interactions, new friends, a safe, supportive environment. And through this, Vesco has signed with the NHL. He's come out of his shell and made a ton of new friends. I cannot believe, Vesco, you were ever in a shell. Because, man, like, your personality just bursts out there. And I know that with talking with your mom, Nadine, watching your kiddo struggle and then watching your kid take those steps and start to thrive is just the best feeling for a parent. And also, because if that's not enough, Vesco has been donating his birthday dollars to the Calgary Police Youth Foundation. He takes part in bottle drives, and he helped to plan tonight's silent auction. The ruler of the world, Mr. Vesco, right here. Congratulations, Vesco. By the way, Vesco is 8. He wanted you all to know that. Some of you may have been under the mistaken impression he was 7. No, he's 8. So just one more time, because I think you can't hear enough applause, and especially over the last 20 months that we've all had. Can we get all of our award recipients? Bradshaw, you stay. You're not yet. Not yet, I know. Our award recipients who do not have gray hair. Can we get them all to stand so that we can all give you a big round of applause? Yeah, that's right. Awesome. Congratulations to you all. We're all very proud of you, and we're all very inspired by you as well. Chief, do you want to come up and say a few things? Oh, no, you stay over there. It's COVID times. I was almost back to my old life. No, it's COVID times. You have a few things to say.
I didn't want to go down because Dylan squeaked by there, so I thought I'm staying up as long as I can. So things happen quickly.
I know.
When you're dealing with kids. Listen, with funding support from the Calgary Police Youth Foundation, we deliver children and youth programs in Calgary aimed at keeping children and youth safe from crime and victimization. As mentioned earlier, many of these programs are delivered in partnership with the City of Calgary, Calgary Neighbourhoods, and Alberta Health Services. One of the CPS strategic priorities has been, for many, many years, it's been in our DNA, and it continues to be, to maintain a safe city in partnership with our communities in a way that promotes public trust and confidence. And we do this year-round through many different community initiatives and youth programs that provide education, prevention, and early intervention resources. Through the awards presentation, I hope you learned a little bit more about the specific programs, including the multi-agency school support team, including the Youth at Risk Development Program, including the Integrated School Support Program, including Power Play, including the Calgary Police Cadet Corps, and also the Youth Link Calgary Police Interpretive Center. Our programs are designed to influence children to stay on the right track and enable access to excellent resources, positive role models, and trusted adults. And you can see that there's many, many people encircling these kids to make sure that they're successful. We believe these programs are best in class and provide a blueprint model for police services and communities across Canada and North America to follow. I encourage all of you to take a moment to say hello to the award winners afterwards and to hear from them what they enjoyed the most about their programs and their experiences in them. Thanks again, and congratulations, everybody.
Thanks, Chief. And if you could please pass along to the men and women of the Calgary Police Service who work in these programs and the support staff, the amazing job that they do, and we are seeing the benefits of that. The Philanthropic Leadership Award truly is recognizing and has recognized the giants among us. There are 12 criteria for this award. Demonstrate the spirit of giving, inspire others, have integrity, be recognized as a champion for child youth-related causes, exhibit values that align with the Calgary Police Service and the Calgary Police Youth Foundation, demonstrate compassion, be a community leader, demonstrate humanitarian efforts, instill philanthropy of time, talent, and treasure in their corporate culture, understand the value of giving back, and has influenced their family and others to get involved. Be respected in the community and be pioneers in advancing philanthropic support and working with charities for greater social impact. Last year's recipient was Mr. Dick Haskane. Dick and Lois, you're watching from home, and we say hello to you. As a passing of the baton to this year's recipient, Mr. Haskane had the following words, and I will share these for him. It gives me great pleasure to pass the proverbial torch and recognize the outstanding philanthropic leadership of the Shaw family, and most especially to recognize and remember my friend J.R. Shaw. I know he would be particularly touched by the recognition the family is receiving tonight. J.R.'s love and commitment to his family and community was kindled by his own upbringing, and he believed that when much was received, much should be given back, and give back they have. This great city has benefited enormously by the generosity of the Shaw family's philanthropic hand, generosity that will be felt for many years to come. Lois and I send heartfelt congratulations to Carol and her family. We also want to acknowledge and congratulate the 5 young people who represent the success of the Calgary Police Youth Foundation programs and the meaningful and remarkable way these valuable programs have enriched their lives. As well, we offer thanks to the Calgary Police Service and the generosity of spirit demonstrated by all of the participating officers. Dick and Lois Haskane, very touching words. Thank you very much for sharing that letter with us. And because the award itself is precious, we must have the honor guard bring the award to the stage. Don't drop it.
What she said.
Well, that's some tight turners you got to take there. Tight corners, eh? Tough to march and be in a tight corner at the same time. I just want to point out, I moved it myself. Takes 2 of them.
Outwards, turn. Quick, mark. Slow, mark.
We don't have all night.
Take your time, Travis. Take control.
It's like driving on Memorial Drive. When it's 1 lane down, right? Right?
Honor guard. Halt.
Should have brought my cheesecake up here.
Up 10, shot. Outwards, turn. Quick, mark.
Okay, speeding it up here. Good. Thank you, Travis and the Honor Guard. I'm sure there's some sort of protocol. You're not supposed to talk during it, but I've known Travis for 15 years now, so I don't think he's going to arrest me. But. Okay, Chief, you want to talk about the Shaw family, the tribute video, and then we will ask Mr. Shaw to come our way.
Sounds good. I know I talked to Brad just before while we were having dinner here, and I just wanted to mention that prior to the meal and just watching the Honor Guard, and I told you they were good, Chris Kucharski, who's actually on the board of the Police Foundation, was telling me that he and his wife Stephanie have been dancing during COVID here just for something different. And he said he's actually getting pretty prolific at salsa. And he said, you know, I hope there's a dance floor upstairs. And I'm like, well, I noticed that the Honor Guard was able to stage there.
Sure.
And I'm thinking, Chris, we got a couple minutes in the program, Leslie? Like,
Yeah.
if Chris wants to get up and...
Yep.
Would that be okay?
Yep.
No?
A little bit of Lizzo for you? Is that what we're thinking?
Brad said
Next
he's
year.
good, and I'm like, well, let's give him a chance. Like, it's all about chances. Listen, we talked a lot about the child and youth programs and the positive impact on young lives. We've celebrated all of the Chief Youth Courage Award recipients, and it's been great. What I haven't talked about is what makes these programs possible, and the simple answer is generous donors with big hearts. It's all of you, and for that, on behalf of the Calgary Police Service and the Calgary Police Youth Foundation, I say this: thank you. Tonight, I have the great privilege to present the Philanthropic Leader Award to the Shaw family of Calgary with special recognition to the late J.R. Shaw. Before I do that, I'd like to take a moment just to think for a second about the concept of philanthropy. In its simplest form, philanthropy can be broadly defined as a love for humankind. The purpose of philanthropy is to improve the well-being of humankind by preventing and solving social problems. Philanthropy is really not the same as charity. Charities focus on eliminating the suffering caused by social problems, while philanthropy focuses on eliminating social problems. This is why we need both in order to keep children and youth safe from crime and victimization. We need philanthropists to get behind these big social issues, especially in our community when it comes to crime and victimization involving our kids. Tonight, we recognize the Shaw family. And I know I speak for all Calgarians when I say how fortunate we are to have you pave the way for others to follow. Philanthropic leaders who each and every day and in every way demonstrate your love for humankind and who every day inspire us to do more, to be more, and to be the very best that we can be. The theme of the awards, and it's been said a couple times tonight by a few of the speakers, is standing on the shoulders of giants. To all of the Shaws, you are major catalysts for social change. And by demonstrating your love for humankind and you gift all of us with an understanding and an opportunity to progress further and keep our children and youth safe. You are giants, and we are indeed fortunate to have the opportunity to stand upon your shoulders. This year's Philanthropic Leadership Award recipient is, of course, the Shaw family, with special recognition to J.R. Shaw. And just before I call Brad up to speak, I want to receive the award, we want to show you a very, very special tribute video regarding the Shaw family. Enjoy.
When I think of the phrase standing on the shoulders of giants, I think of the Shaw family's generosity.
The Shaw family makes our community truly a better place.
The support from the Shaw family makes me feel wonderful. It makes me know that the community has our back.
I often think that JR and his family are the model of that wonderful adage that we never stand so tall as when you bend down to help a child up.
We can't all be the Shaws, but we can all emulate the Shaws.
The Calgary Police Youth Foundation is honored to present the 2021 Philanthropic Leadership Award to the Shaw family, with special recognition to J.R. Shaw. We thank them for their support and acknowledge the Shaw family for their vision and impact in helping enhance the lives of children in our community.
The Calgary Police Youth Foundation is a not-for-profit organization that focuses exclusively on Calgary's youth and children that may be at risk.
The impact they're doing, the work they're doing within the community and with kids and young teens, I think is pretty extraordinary.
When you see good outcomes and you see good work, it just makes you really proud.
If you can nurture and build resilient, knowledgeable, educated children and make sure that they have the tools, they can remain safe, remain outside of the criminal justice system, then you build strong families.
It's our duty to give back to society, whether it's helping education, whether it's helping kids with our BEAR program, or whether it's doing something for a hospital. There's a huge need out there. And if we want to continue to have a healthy country, we all need to get back.
Born in the small town of Brigden, Ontario, J.R. Shaw grew up on the farm. Later, he started work in the family business, Shaw Pipe, which brought J.R. and his family out west. It wasn't long before he saw an opportunity, and starting with Shaw's first cable customer in 1971, J.R. saw his vision grow to become one of Canada's most successful communications companies. Hand in hand on that road to success was understanding the importance of supporting the community.
JR firmly believed that there's a responsibility as a citizen to give back. And the more you have, the more you can give. So he really led by example. My grandfather, Francis, started a foundation before we were born, and my mom, Carol, and Dad grew it exponentially. over his lifetime. And so now we are all involved.
As a leader, a shepherd, a builder of Canada, that you have to give back. And that's the most important thing.
Even if I just sit there and talk about JR and how I saw him operate, it was his time, his mentorship, his knowledge he would give.
His commitment to philanthropy, to wanting the community to be better off because he was involved.
JR and Carol set an example. Jim's legacy is certainly a very big one, and Brad and Heather and Julie have continued that in ways that I can't even enumerate. Shaw Millennium Park 20 years ago, when we have a disaster like the flood, we know Shaw is going to be there. We are just so lucky to have a corporation like Shaw in Calgary and to have a family like the Shaws here.
The Shaw family has supported us, and you can see it here, the Alberta Children's Hospital for over 25 years. They have supported us in so many ways, helping us to build our cancer expertise, providing families with much needed care and comfort, and have tremendously helped build awareness for this magnificent hospital.
For the Shaw family to invest in this organization gave us preparedness, and it allowed us to make sure that no matter what happens tomorrow, those resources are there.
JR was our board chair at one point, and of course the JR Shaw School of Business, which is one of the largest business schools, if not the largest business school in Alberta.
J.R. Shaw and his family made a significant contribution to a building which is called the Shaw Centre for Mental Health and Addictions. And what is beautiful about this is that it's monumental in helping the kids and the staff feel safe and comfortable in a place where they're trying to work on some pretty difficult things.
JR and the Shaw family, they have been true role models for the rest of us. They're truly great leaders in our community. By having families like the Shaws and events like the Shaw Charity Classic happen in our community, it just makes our community better.
Since 2013, the Shaw family has supported the work of the Calgary Police Youth Foundation, including development of the Shaw Online Safety Exhibit, an interactive learning experience in the award-winning YouthLink Calgary Police Interpretive Center. To recognize a lifetime of achievement and giving back, and to show that J.R. Shaw and the Shaw family set the standard in philanthropy, and of what the Calgary Police Youth Foundation's Philanthropic Leadership Award stands for, it's time to say thank you.
Congratulations on this Philanthropic Leadership Award.
I cannot think of a more deserving family to be receiving this special acknowledgement.
Thank you, Shaw family, for everything that you have done. They really are a family. You can tell that they really love each other. They connect as a family. There's really a warmth about them that is really quite genuine.
I just want to congratulate you on everything you do in the community and on the award today.
Carol, Brad, Julie, Heather, in memory of JR and of Jim, I just want to thank you for all you do. I am deeply grateful that I get to live in a city with you all in it.
I am grateful for all the time that your family has spent with us. It has really touched our hearts in the way that you care about us. Thank you.
You and your family are really outstanding citizens. You give back, you believe in the community, and you believe in all the right things in life.
I'll bet JR is looking upon each of you today with button-busting pride and love for each of you. I bet also he's got his beloved father, Francis, and also his dear son, Jim, with him. We're blessed to have you in our community. We thank you and we congratulate you. Best wishes.
On behalf of the Calgary Police Youth Foundation Board and our staff, it is a true honor and privilege to recognize and celebrate the philanthropic leadership of the Shaw family, the Shaw organizations, tremendous community leadership that inspires all of us to make sure that Calgary is a better place for all.
I would just like to say many, many thanks to the foundation for this recognition for JR's contributions to his community. I know he would be very proud, as are we.
Give back your time, give back some acts of kindness, and it will make the world a better place. And JR really believed in that, so did my grandfather. Thank you so much.
On behalf of myself and our entire family, I would like to thank the Calgary Police Foundation for this award. We are extremely humbled, and we thank you for the recognition. When we're able to receive this type of award, it even drives our family further to have a bigger impact. So thank you again. Such an honor. Thank you.
I think Brad is hiding behind you. Should we spring him free onto the stage? There we go, Mr. Bradshaw. Thank you.
Leslie, just a couple things. What about this gray hair thing I heard
I don't,
earlier?
what? What? I shouldn't have any grays. I just got my roots done this week.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yes,
Oh.
that's right. And who you employed with? Yeah. Oh, didn't want to know that. Too many details. Too many details.
Sir, did I forget to call you sir?
Well, thank you.
Do you want to come and get, do you want to come and take the picture with the award and the chief before?
Well, the video played, so I think we're good, aren't we?
No.
Wasn't that enough?
No, no. We like
Well,
pictures.
Picture first.
Come
and then
on down.
speech, or-
Let's do the picture. That's going to be a good one. No. Did I say that out loud? Are you good? Okay, congratulations, sir. Let's hear a few words.
I was talking to the chief at the table, and I said, wow, we could do a guy's hug and, do the hip thing and everything like that. And as soon as he gave me the award, he said, no weird stuff, okay? All right, so I get it, chief. I got it. Mayor Gondak, Chief Neufeld, CPYF Board Chair Brian Ferguson, distinguished guests and friends. Good evening, and thank you for taking the time to be a part of a very special night for my family and for the Calgary Youth Police Foundation. After so many months apart, we are particularly grateful to be here this evening with so many friends in person and so many more virtually. This honor and recognition that you give JR and the family is truly humbling. To be singled out among a city of extraordinary philanthropists, volunteers, and community contributors is really somewhat overwhelming. JR and my mother, Carol, who's here this evening, thank you, Mom. Always good to have your mama here, always good to have the mom. Spent a great deal of their lives reaching out to others to help make our community, our city, and our country a better place. And as so many parents teach their kids, JR and Carol were always clear in their words and in their actions. The more we are blessed, the greater our responsibility is to give back. My sister Julie and I are here this evening, and Heather is joining us virtually tonight. Together we share in this recognition in a very small way because of what we learned growing up with Carol and JR around the kitchen table. To my mom, for these lessons, I am so grateful for you and Dad. You both led by example, inspired in all of us compassion in our communities and for our neighbors. Thank you. To all of you, today my sisters and I each have our own causes that we support, and our kids are involved in those decisions as we pass along JR and Carol's powerful lifelong lessons. Those lessons are evident everywhere we do business. They were even a critical point in our negotiations with Rogers when we agreed to join forces. As part of that deal, Rogers has agreed to continue and augment our corporate charitable giving programs, including the Shaw Charity Classic, which has raised more than $76 million for Calgary and Alberta charities since 2013. Friends, you've chosen to honor our family in the midst of a pandemic when there's no shortage of heroes to celebrate. From teachers, doctors, nurses, and of course, our police officers, there are true community leaders among us every day that always deserve our recognition. Some are here with us today, and I just want to take this moment to recognize and thank you all for your continued and selfless service of our community. Thank you. A little dry right now. We'll get through that. It's all good. COVID-19 has put a daunting and sometimes insurmountable challenges in front of our kids, our families, our businesses, and our community. But tonight, our hearts are bursting after hearing the inspiring stories of youth of our community, each of them showing us the way forward through their actions and perseverance. We should all celebrate the power of their youthful optimism and be heartened by their resolve. These kids that we celebrate today are proof that the work and impact of the Calgary Police Youth Foundation is vital in Calgary's future and the prosperous and vibrant city. We want the foundation to continue their programs that are making such a difference in the lives of so many kids. So tonight, the Shaw Family Foundation and Shaw Communications want to help ensure the CPYF continues its amazing work and positively impacts the lives of many more kids in our community by making a $2 million donation
Holy crap.
to the Calgary Police Youth Foundation.
Sorry. Shut the front door.
Thank you.
Wow.
Wow. Thank you. We are
No, thank you.
Oh. Remember, you know, the police aren't coming up.
Sir.
You can't put
Sir.
it in. Do you want to get your dessert up there right now, or
Yeah.
can we get that couple cheesecakes?
Good.
Maybe two. We are truly proud of the Calgary Youth Police Foundation and all charities that are working so hard to make our city a better place for everyone in it. In many ways, charities form the backbone of our community. And like the kids we're celebrating tonight, these charities have had to be resilient. In the first months of the pandemic, almost all charities were forced to change and innovate rapidly, adapt to new working arrangements and new ways of serving their stakeholders. They found ways to manage their finances so they could stay afloat while meeting increased demand for their services. Today, our charities find themselves in no easier circumstances as they look for long-term solutions to the challenges of avoiding personal contact, working remotely, fundraising online, and of course, the increasing demand for their services. Our charities are there for our communities when we need them most. And today, they need us more than ever. So in addition to our family's gratitude for your recognition, please let me leave you tonight with a call to action. Almost a year ago, Jim Riddell and I wrote a piece in the Calgary Herald commending and encouraging people to continue supporting the charities who are working so hard to make our communities a better place for our kids, our families, and of course, our neighbors. when what we said then holds true now more than ever. Each of us has an important role to play if we're to move forward as a strong community. While we don't know what the future holds, one thing is for certain: we will and we must always have each other's backs. More than 25 years ago, Jared told an audience of business leaders that we all have a responsibility to give back to our communities. Success simply increases that responsibility. And the means to fulfill it, time, talent, and money, give all three. Ladies and gentlemen, I encourage everyone to act on JR's words. Take a moment to volunteer for your favorite cause. Donate if you're able, or simply thank a neighbor or friend for making your community brighter every day. Thank you to the Calgary Police Youth Foundation for this wonderful evening, and thank you all for sharing it with me and my family. Have a good night.
Oh, nice. Thanks, Brad. That was great. Really well done, Brad. Brian, you probably want to respond to that little...
Tough act to follow, I tell you. Again, Shaw family, Brad, Carol, JR, just unbelievable leadership in terms of wanting the communities that you're part of to be much better off because you're part of the community and your leadership. Really, really amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, you're looking at me like you think I know what's going on.
I'm thinking that we're going to bring the evening to a close.
I think we should.
Yeah. You got cheesecake to eat.
I've got cheesecake that is calling my name.
Yeah. Keeping kids safe. That is our mantra. I hope this evening that we have showcased what a great opportunity we have through education, prevention, and early intervention to make a dramatic impact on children and youth who are at risk, teaching children and youth how to stay safe from crime and victimization is an effective and lasting approach to build strength and resilience, and to forge the path for good citizenship. I firmly believe the programs and initiatives funded and supported by the Calgary Police Youth Foundation release the potential in every child, and the impact is long-lasting and far-reaching. Again, thank you to the Shaw family for your tremendous community leadership. I invite each and every one of you tonight to be part of our change, our mission, and join our movement to keep every child and youth in our city safe from crime and victimization, today, tomorrow, and always. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Brian. All right, we have, of course, it would be a name with 100 syllables. We have an Apple Watch to give away to our virtual audience, and that Apple Watch, we are happy to say, was won by Tammy Meziatowski. So congratulations to you, Tammy. I think we probably know where to find you, so we'll get you that, we'll get you that Apple Watch. Brad Shaw, if we can just dynamite speech. You know what? To the nerves. You know what? Really, really well done. We all have an obligation, right? We all have an obligation be it your time, your talent, your treasure, your cash. If you have $2 million in your wallet, come on up here and give it away. But thank you for that. And thank you, as we all start to gather again, thank you for reminding us that these things happen so that we can support programs and we can support kids like our award winners tonight that were so fantastic. So congratulations to all you kids. We look forward to the great stuff that you're going to be doing in the future. Thank you to the Calgary Police Youth Foundation for hosting us tonight. Silent auction continues, and thank you all for putting up with me as I try to find my legs again after 20 months of not emceeing. I feel they're firmly under me now. I think this is not quite big enough. It's a start. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, look. Now you could be the rose between two thorns. Okay, never mind. Sorry. The rose between two thorns. That's the last comment from me you're going to need to hear tonight. Okay, thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Thank you for coming.